Fellow Star Wars fans, I had to absolutely talk about this. I had to absolutely talk about this because this is something where it fills me with pleasure. It's just a report from a website, but many accredited websites are now saying that Hayden Christensen will appear in the Ahsoka show. Now, obviously, we knew it could kind of have been a given, because one of the things for me and many other fans, I feel, is as great as the Clone Wars show is. We never had a live action depiction of the connection between Ahsoka and Anakin beyond animation, and even though it's still the same story, it's still that loose thread. Now knowing that Hayden will appear in the Ahsoka show, I really wish they'd actually kept this quiet, because this kind of reveal, just think of how amazing this would have been on first watch, how great this would have been. Like, I think to Mandalorian season 2 with Boba Fett and Ahsoka, and how they were revealed before even the show aired, and the fact that they kept the Luke Skywalker, ending thing a secret was amazing. So I suppose in a way, having Ahsoka and Boba Fett leak out to keep that secret and all the attention on that might actually have been a good thing. But I hope, in essence of this, what I'm hoping for, because with the Kenobi show, it's going to be emotional. It's going to be emotional. So this is for my Star Wars fans. It's going to be emotional as hell. We're going to be seeing Anakin and Obi-Wan most likely in some way, shape, or form. Come face to face with each other again. Whatever context that may be. They did say rematch of the century. So if these two are to duel, it isn't going to be on Tatooine, because that blows Obi-Wan's whole operation. I could see a world where maybe Obi-Wan is talking to Yoda and he's talking to Qui-Gon. And he's like, look, listen, maybe I can bring Anakin back. Luke's more than safe enough with his uncle. Maybe I can go and bring him back. And maybe Obi-Wan is naive enough to think that maybe he can save him, or maybe he can stop him, and, end what he should have ended back on Mustafar. Because if you remember, Obi-Wan just walked away. If he wanted to, he could have killed Anakin there and then. He could have. Maybe that could be the turmoil of his character. For me, I would have the Kenobi show absolutely, unequivocally open with flashbacks of Revenge of the Sith, flashbacks of the duel, and you hear, I hate you, bang. Obi-Wan wakes up. That's how you open it. Ooh, chills. Because, fanboy? Maybe. But you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone that would be against it. Now, as far as the Ahsoka show, the way this should work is one of two things. Is we now know that Ahsoka knows of Luke, right? Because of Mandalorian Season 2. We know that Ahsoka and Mandalorian Season 3, Book of Boba Fett, all these Rangers of the New Republic, I don't know if they're still going ahead with that or not, but they're all connected. This is basically going to be the sequel trilogy that we... How do I put this? If you don't like the sequel trilogy, this is their way of giving you another sequel trilogy before the sequel trilogy, if that makes sense. You've got Luke Skywalker, you've got Ahsoka. I need a scene with Luke and Ahsoka on screen, and Luke says to Ahsoka, Anakin came home. He came back to the light. Because if you think to Mandalorian Season 2, when Ahsoka meets Grogu, she refuses to train him because he reminds her of Anakin. And she doesn't know that Anakin came back home. She doesn't know. So Luke could be the one to tell her. They're more than willing to use Luke. You could have a scene with Luke and Ahsoka saying, hey, he came back. You could also have it to the point where Ahsoka maybe meets Force Ghost Anakin. Maybe he appears to her, as like a reformed Jedi, and then maybe they have a scene. Or maybe it's a flashback scene. Like, I've talked about this a lot, that there needs to be a flashback. Now you've got Temuera Morrison back. You could have him play Captain Rex. You could have Rosario play Ahsoka. You could have Ewan play Obi-Wan. Hayden play Anakin. You could have a flashback involving all of those characters, and you could really drive it home, because as I've said, as great as the Clone Wars is, there's still that loose connection that it's animation. We don't have a live action depiction to latch onto and to connect the dots. This will fully bridge all the dots, and I guarantee you tears will be shed when Hayden's Anakin and Ewan's Obi-Wan meet again, or when Rosario's Ahsoka is interacting with Hayden's Anakin. Like, it's going to be mind-blowing. Like, who would have thought? And this is the great thing about this is, for me with the sequel trilogy, Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Just, it's there. It is what it is. But this is the sequel trilogy that I really want. I want Ahsoka, a post-Return of the Jedi Luke. Anakin is a Force ghost. Like, the Force ghosts actually interacting with the characters, which is what they... See, I'm going to get passionate again. They should have done in the sequels. I mean, they did a little bit, but more so. And you're going to get a connection. You're going to get Din Djarin. You're going to get probably Boba Fett in there. You're going to get Ahsoka, Luke. You got Bill Burr's character, Mayfield. You got Fennec Shand. You got all these cool, amazing characters, like new characters mixing with the legacy ones, like Ahsoka. Like, who would have thought from that little appearance in 2008 in the Clone Wars movie that people were like, oh, Ahsoka's annoying. She's trash. She's now one of the most beloved characters in Star Wars. And she's been animated the entire time. So her live action depiction is an inkling of the potential of where Ahsoka could go. And we know how Rebels ended with Ahsoka and Sabine going to look for Ezra. That's most likely what her show could deal with, is, her and Sabine trying to go and find Ezra. And then maybe Anakin comes into the fold maybe halfway through to give advice, and maybe they reconcile, because the last time they faced each other before that, it was when he was Darth Vader. And Vader probably assumed that she might have died, or escaped, or whatever. But as far as we know, in canon, I stand to be corrected, neck deep, neckbeard, people, let me know. No disrespect intended. But let me know if Ahsoka and Vader ever appeared in, like, I mean, I say in canon, but let's be real, the books aren't really canon. They keep changing stuff. What happens on the screen, that's canon to me. The books are cool, but they're always being changed. But let me know if there is another occasion. Other than that, the last time they saw each other was in Rebels, when they duel each other one-on-one. So this could be like the reconciliation of that, and maybe Anakin saying, I'm sorry, and Ahsoka saying, I'm sorry for leaving. It's that finale of Clone Wars where Ahsoka just leaves, and even though there's just animation, I think it was a gut punch to everyone, because you knew Ahsoka's exit was coming, but it was interesting to see how they were going to do it, and everyone was thinking, well, she's not in A New Hope, so you got to kill her off. You got to kill her off. But what they did was clever. They had her leave the Jedi Order before Order 66 happened, and that means she can live through the events of the original trilogy, and hell, even the sequels. I think her species can live quite a while. And it wouldn't surprise me if that's the start of a new order. You get down the line, and I know people don't want to hear this, but you get down the line, you maybe have the Force ghosts of Anakin and Ben, and Luke and whoever, guiding Rey, Grogu, Ahsoka, maybe an older Cal, in the ways of the new, because Cal's, even around the time of Cal in the timeline of Jedi Fallen Order, he's still relatively young. So you could have like an older, wiser Cal, There's opportunities there. There's potential. But yeah, this news is just exciting. I'm just happy to see Hayden get the flowers he deserves. I've seen people say, oh, has he taken acting lessons? Listen, yeah. Some of you, if I gave you a page of dialogue, I guarantee you couldn't put two words together. Leave my boy alone, okay? There is no actor on this earth that can make this line be convincing. I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere. And if we're being completely honest, it's not the worst line I've ever heard in Star Wars. I think that line is really harped on. It's not that bad, I was going to the Toshi station to pick up some power converters. Come on, I think that's much worse. And I love the OT, so get off your high horse. Like, I've already seen people go out saying, oh, Hayden's this, that, whatever. Just stop it. And to those that want a Darth Vader show, the response that they're getting is, oh, the guy's had 9 films. No, he hasn't had 9 films. He had 6. When people say the sequel trilogy is part of the Skywalker saga, I say that's wrong. Episode 7 had a part of it, Episode 8 had a part of it, and Episode 9 was it. Like, that's it. Episode 7 and 8 felt like the birth of a new story, because you only had Kylo Ren take center stage. Leia was just kind of there. Luke was underused. Han was killed off. And by the end of it, they're all dead. So, and that's my problem. You can't kill all the characters off and then say, hey, it's the Skywalker saga. But you could argue the objective reason is it's more legacy. Yeah, but I mean, come on. Where was Anakin in episode 9? Where was Luke? Why was Luke not in it more? There was no reason he couldn't have been in it more. You know, you could have had Qui-Gon involved. You could have had Yoda involved in it more. But no, we didn't do that. Could have been it could have been the trilogy that united both fans. But no, it just created another subcategory and another subcategory of fan fictions. You know what I'm on about. And just weird stuff. But yeah, this comes like as great news. I'm just happy about it. I really can't wait to see Hayden back as Anakin again. You know, for me, I grew up with the prequels, you know, and yeah, they have their faults, but I mean, come on, some of the stuff in the prequels trumps what the sequels ever even attempted, you know, so it's not all bad. Um, I know Hayden doesn't use social media. I met Hayden briefly at London Comic Con. It wasn't long, but he seemed like an interesting dude. Yeah, can't wait to see it. The Kenobi show is probably going to move ever closer. And just seeing Anakin and Ahsoka together in live action. Oh, God. Ooh! It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. May the force be with you all, and I will see you all in another video soon. We're marching forward to 6K subscribers over here, so if you're a fan of Cobra Kai, Star Wars, Fast and Furious, Marvel, DC, you're in the right place. Comment down below, let me know, and I got a Halloween Kills video coming this weekend at some point. It's going to be talking a bit about why I like the movie. So comment down below, let me know, and yeah, man. I'm happy to see my boy get the love he deserves. It's about time. It's about time. And I tell you what, when he was at Celebration and there was that huge ovation, I think even he was taken back. He was like, "Oh my God," you know, because you know the loathing of the prequels, you know, was probably hard for people like him and to take. I mean, look at the story of Jake Lloyd. Look at the story of Ahmed Best. Even Natalie Portman's got some stories on it. And Natalie Portman, Liam Neeson, Samuel Jackson, Ian McDiarmid, Frank Oz, these are talented individuals. Christopher Lee, these are some of the most talented people on the planet, and not even they could make George Lucas's wooden dialogue work. So give them their due. Guys and girls, I'll see you in another video soon. Smash the like button, jump in the comment section, and may the force be with you always.